switch that flips in his brain that says, I want to win this match, and then you just lose. You cannot stop him. Having that X factor there, when we have players as good as Exotic and Casio surrounding him, is terrifying.
Yeah, let's not forget, like, he had a mid-season, I would say. Like, online wasn't that great, but he shows up at the World Championship at the perfect time to look like 2019. Yeah. Once again, Shaw coming out, looking so incredibly strong. And again, Endpoint, the major question mark is they haven't played it all in front of this crowd, like, on any of this. So we see Semper coming in, went 3-0. Not only that, they went to a Game 7, the only team to win a Game 7 in that wildcard round. Huge pressure there, but they pulled it off.
And that goes back to what Gregor was talking about, how you want to see if the veterancy pays off. In the wild card, it did pay off for Semper. Because they were against teams that had a lot of younger players who were very hungry to come in.
A lot of new regions.
Exactly, but they did not have that type of experience in those situations. Semper did. They thrived off of it, and they put on a great performance.
Yeah, but then we talk about veterans, and we got Metsinoris on the side. Like, come on. You have to talk about him, and then Archie is so confident as well. He goes to any team, and he's like, yes, I want the ball. Like, I want to be part of this offense, and he looks so good throughout spring.
Do the veterans make the difference here? This crowd is already rowdy, right? We're going to have one veteran for Endpoint, two veterans for Semper here, Dragon. Do you feel like that veteran, just that one extra is going to make such a difference?
I mean, at this stage, it's all about how they perform on the stage, and I think being a veteran can help in that way. But what we've seen with young players like Moise, they can just step up as younger, newer players on the stage. So there is no formula for being good on the stage, but history tends to show.
Verizon fan vote. Use hashtag END, hashtag Semper, depending on how you feel on this match. We'll go down the line. Gregan, who you feel? Who you think actually is going to take it?
Well, see, I believe in the whole idea that the LAN preference from Semper is a big enough factor that it will overcome the online performance from the two teams. Online, I would put Endpoint, but here on LAN, I'm going to be putting Semper.
Okay.
So Endpoint, I think, no matter who they got, because they were playing the #1 team, like coming out of the wild card, they were going to be underdogs no matter what coming to this match, because they didn't look good in London, went 0-6, looked miserable. But I think it's time for a bounce back. I'm going Endpoint. I'm picking the underdog here. I think there is hope.
I'll be quick. Endpoint. It's the World Championship. Archie's been proving his performance over the last 10 months. Meta has been there every step of the way, so is Related Way. They play with Stakego's gone. They still are being able to show up. They're going to show up right here.
I hate
comfort in new positions and in new challenges. There's, here we go, Meta. Oh. Couldn't turn the car around in time to find the angle. But this is the player I think most people have got their eyes on. Chaussette looked back to form. Now, after a few days off, is he still in that form?
Well, he had a chat with Yummy Cheese Man this morning, and he said he's bringing back Valencia, DreamHack Valencia Chaussette. DreamHack Valencia Chaussette was the best player in the world, with no debate. He can keep that statement true that this is going to be quite the show today, but as of yet, an Endpoint who are pressing, Endpoint who have looked more ready for game #1.
When I've had time to find new strategies between now and London, as that one just sails over the top of the bar. Reminder for those of you that are joining us for your first ever Rocket League event. Firstly, welcome. Secondly, this is both teams do have access to a timeout. And whoever
they were playing today, this is the only match that they're going to have. So they put all their focus into preparing for each other, and that is something that Endpoint have done well all season long. When they know who they're about to play, they're good at making plans to counter-punch. Almost. Another goal here is Archie, and a gap in the near post.
Casio trying to find some way into the blue side of the field. For Semper, it has been relatively difficult to do, as Casio almost finds a way to get the shot on target. But I do love that you bring up the point that this is a day when everybody gets to prepare for their opponents. That's not been how the whole season has been. You've had to get yourself ready for 2-3 matches per day. Twist